Good evening and welcome to the Escambia County History Fair Awards Ceremony. Welcome everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to have a presentation of colors by the B.T. Washington High School Color Guard. Please stand and remain standing for the presentation of the colors and the Pledge of Allegiance. And I would also respectfully ask that gentlemen will please remove your hats. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ready, cut. Right, face. Forward, march. Left, right, I, F. Color. Hold.
You may be seated. We would like to thank the Washington High School NJ ROTC Color Guard members under the direction of Master Chief John Spalding. Before we begin tonight's presentation of awards, allow me to introduce our special guests. Patty Hightower, Paul Fesco, Full Board members, Ryan Alaback, Director of Professional Learning, David Williams, School Board member, and Mr. Denny Wilson, who is the Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction, will now address you.
Good evening. I send greetings from our superintendent, Keith Leonard. We try to balance the schedule and try not to have events on the same night, but tonight that was the case, so he sends his greetings. And I am very pleased to be here. I am a proud product of Escambia County School District, and it's great to be from Booker T. So any Wildcats in the house, I am one of those. I enjoy history. I think the study of history is probably one of those subjects that is one of the most important things that we can spend time studying, and I appreciate so much all of the parents that are here tonight. What a great crowd, and I appreciate you supporting your student and getting involved in something extra, taking a little extra time and digging a little deeper. I also know that the students out here have some teachers that they need to right now. Please recognize the teachers that pushed you to participate in this event. So thank you to teachers. The study of history is really looking at how did we get here and what is this all about? And really what I hope the study of history does is allows students and even as lifelong learners, what is it we can take from history to make sure that we are doing our part to make the world a better place? And the best place to start doing that is in our community. So I appreciate these students especially taking the opportunity, and also all of the wonderful organizations, societies that help sponsor all these awards and allow these students this opportunity to shine. One of my favorite quotes about history is from one of my favorite presidents, Theodore Roosevelt, and he said, "The more you know about the past, the better you are prepared for the future." And I certainly look forward to many of you guys out there making history. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wilson. Now I'd like to introduce Cherie Arnett, the lady who brought us all here tonight. She's our social studies specialist for Escambia County Public Schools.
Good evening. I am Sheree Arnett, a social studies curriculum specialist and coordinator for the County History Fair. Tonight is a celebration of a journey which included hours of research, interviews, writing, and preparation. The students who competed in the County History Fair this week represent the best of their schools and proved themselves equal to the task of historians. This night is to recognize and acknowledge their work. Our MC this evening is Melanie Hendricks, social studies teacher and history fair sponsor at Booker T. Washington High School. She was honored as a finalist for the Patricia Baring Teacher of the Year Award for History Fair and represented the state of Florida at the National History Day competition last summer. Ms. Hendricks will introduce the county awards, while representatives from various community organizations will present special category awards. One of the great things about the Escambia History Fair is the support we receive from our community organizations and individuals who step up to judge, guide, and celebrate the accomplishments of outstanding students. This evening, I would like to take a moment to honor the memory of one such individual. Dr. Marion Williams was a strong advocate for education, and in his career, which included his work as science specialist and coordinator of the Roy Hyatt Environmental Center. In retirement, he stayed active with many philanthropic pursuits, including his work with the Omega Golden Rule Foundation. He was a wonderful supporter of History Fair, and his presence was missed this year. But his legacy continues and inspires us to live a purposeful life full of joy. A special thanks to all of our community organizations and members who make History Fair so special. So now it's time to begin giving the awards. When your name is called, please step up to the stage on this side, the left side, and walk across, exiting on the right side. But make sure you stay in the middle and get your photo off. All right, here we go. The first presentation of the evening will be from the Pensacola chapter of the Freedoms Foundation of Valley Forge, Mr. Robert Nicholson.
Good evening. Tonight it is my distinct pleasure to award these certificates, and Sheree over there has something a little better than a certificate that she will also give you. To the senior, in the senior group exhibit category. And the title of this exhibit was the Navajo Code Talkers in World War II. But before I invite the two hardworking students up to receive their recognition, I'd like to speak briefly about the Navajo Code Talkers. Okay, every World War II combatant appreciated the need for an unbreakable code that would help them communicate while protecting operational plans. The U.S. Marines knew where to find one, the Navajo Nation. Marine Corps leaders selected 30 men, and actually one dropped out, so it was 29 men, Navajo code talkers who created a code based on a complex, unwritten Navajo language. The code primarily used word association by assigning a Navajo word to key phrases in military tactics. The system enabled the code talkers to translate 3 lines of English in 20 seconds, not the usual 30 minutes as was common with existing code-breaking machines. The code talkers participated in every major marine operation in the Pacific, giving the Marines a critical advantage throughout the war. During the nearly month-long battle for Iwo Jima, for example, 6 Navajo code talker Marines successfully transmitted more than 800 messages without error. Marine leadership noted after the battle that the code talkers were critical to the victory at Iwo Jima. At the end of the war, the Navajo code remained unbroken. And it wasn't until 1958 that our government declassified that project and told everybody how they did it. So, having said that, I would like to invite up to the stage Peyton Gannett and Ruth Oakes.
Thank you. Next, we will have Kate Lawler, President of the Pensacola Jewish Federation, come up.